Hey guys, how's it going? Another 12 at 12 today, and this week what I'm going to do is move back to a tabata format. So we're going to do 3 drills, each one 4 minutes long. First one is all for the shoulders, second one is going to be all for the legs, and then the last one is all for the core, okay? So hopefully you've already been over to the YouTube channel, done one of the warm-up videos, got your heart rate up, got all the muscles loosened out and all that. If you saw my Instagram story, I would have said that we need 2 lighter weights for shoulders and heavier for legs. So again, depends on yourself guys, whatever you have around the house. As always, I'm just going to show you with items from around the house. So I'm just going to use the bags of rice pretty much for everything, same way for shoulders and legs. But again, if you have heavier stuff that you can use on the legs especially, or we're going to be doing a shoulder press as well in a minute, which some of you might be able to go quite heavy on. If you've got dumbbells, if you've got kettlebells, whatever you've got for that extra bit of resistance, use it. But yeah, just for those people who don't have equipment, I'm going to show you with household items, so the bags of rice will do us for today. So what I'll do is I'll demo all 4 of our shoulder exercises. We'll do that tabata drill, take a little breather, I'll demo the legs, do that one, breather, and then demo and do the core work. So we've got 4 drills, 2 are predominantly focusing on the outside, the lateral head of the shoulder, and then 2 are different presses that are going to hit the whole lot of it. So we're going to start with our lateral raise. We've done these quite often, so I'll show you side on. We're going to retract the shoulders back, okay, so that the weights are starting from the pockets. One of the mistakes you see a lot of people doing in gyms is using heavy weights, starting out here in front and kind of swinging up. Okay, start with the weights out in front. Never ever start them out here. Always retract the shoulders back, nice upright position, and keep all the work in the shoulder. Nothing else coming into it. So we're just bringing the weights up to shoulder height and a little rotation of the wrist. After that one, we're going to just go into a straight normal shoulder press. So starting from shoulder height, pressing up overhead to lockout, and back down to shoulder height. After that one, we're going to do a slightly unusual one. A normal upright row will quite often be with one weight. It'll be a narrow grip, and you'll be drawing the weight up like that, right up the centre of the body. This time we're going to use 2 lighter weights, separate them out, keep them outside of your body at all times, and draw them up. Now you won't get half the range of motion because it's a completely different move. So you want to keep those weights outside of the body and keep the elbows up high, nice and high above the wrist at all times, same as you would on a narrow upright row in here, okay? So elbows stay above the wrists, much shorter range of motion. And then after that one, we're going to do what's called an army press, armel press. So you start with the hands face backwards, and as you press up, you rotate the wrist so the palms end up face forward at the front. So back at the bottom, forward at the top. Okay? So that's our 4 for shoulders. So grab your weights, get yourselves ready. Back to tabata, so it's 20 on and 10 off. So very short rest in between. We're going to start with our lateral raises, rolling the shoulders back. Starting from the pockets, and off we go. So it's only 20 seconds, so you can keep the tempo relatively high, especially on the way up. Explosive up, little turn of the wrist, and control the weight on the way down. So laterals first, and rest. We're on to just a regular press now. We'll stay side on just to show you the first round. Starting from shoulder height, and straight up overhead, and then back to shoulder height. Breathing through the reps. Again, fairly explosive on the way up, but just keep control of the weight on the way down.
3, 2, 1.
Good stuff. This one now is our new one. It's the wide grip upright roll. I'll turn face on to show you. So we bring the weights outside of the body. Head and chest up, and it's a fairly limited range of motion because you want to keep those hands pointed towards the floor at all times. Elbows are above the wrist, so as you can see I bring it up as high as I can comfortably, a little pause, and then down. Okay? 3, 2, 1. So to do that one correctly, your range of motion is quite small, quite restricted. Now we're on to the arm press, so we start with hands face back. And as we press up, we turn our palms face forward. So again, keeping the back straight, core muscles nice and tight. And breathing through the reps.
3, 2, 1.
Good stuff. That's our 4 shoulder exercises done. We're going to repeat them all once more. So we're halfway through this first half of the drill.
3,
Ladder raises.
1.
Straight from the pockets, never from the front of the thigh. Breathing through them. A little faster on the way up,
3,
slow and controlled on the way down.
1.
Good stuff. We're into our final 60 seconds so for shoulders, back to a regular press.
3, 2, 1.
So keeping the core tight and the back straight, going from shoulder height all the way to lockout.
3, 2, 1.
Good stuff. I'm just going to turn these slightly side on so for the upright rows this time. I showed you face on the last time, but you know the drill. Bring it outside the pockets, head and chest up, pause, and down. So because we've made our positioning a little wider than normal with these upright rows, it's bringing the focus onto the delt muscle, which is the shoulder, rather than the trap muscle, which is up into the neck. Okay, so just slightly changes that focus, hits us out here rather than up here. Last one, Ernie press, palms back at the bottom, forward at the top. So last one for shoulders, guys, really power out now as many reps as you can to finish this drill. We're taking a breather then and getting ready for legs.
3, 2, 1.
Great stuff. Great job, guys, well done. So that's the shoulders done with. Hit them from 4 different angles there, so that's 4 good exercises for you to do. As I said, I just had the bags of rice. If you've got heavier weights, use that. Don't be afraid to use a bit of resistance. Okay. On the presses, obviously with the Arnie press, you want definitely 2 individual weights because you're rotating your wrist. If you only happen to have 1 big heavy weight for the shoulder press up the middle, you could do that for the regular shoulder press. Okay. Onto the legs now, we're kind of the same. If you just have 1 heavy weight, you can hold it centrally. We're going to be doing squats. We're going to be doing lunges, so you know you can hold the weight that way in the middle. If you have 2 weights, you can hold them by your sides. What I'm going to do is I'll just demonstrate without any weight, because again, for some of us at home, body weight will be enough. On the leg exercises, you're moving your entire body. So squats are first, shoulder width stance, head and chest up, and good full range of motion, dropping all the way down until your glutes are well below your knees. Okay? So good deep squats. You've done loads of those. You should all know your technique. After squats, we're going to forward lunge. Head and chest up, straight forward, and power up off the front foot. Okay, the back foot stays where it is. Power back up here off the front foot. After the forward lunge, we're going to go to a sumo squat. So it's a much wider stance and the toes are pointed out to the sides. And again, we're dropping down, keeping the heels flat to the floor, keeping the back straight, and try and get the glutes below the knees. And then after the sumos, we're going to come forward in the room and straight backwards with a reverse lunge. So this time the front foot stays where it is, doesn't move, and powers us back up into position. Okay? So same thing, 4 for the legs, we'll do them all once and repeat. So everyone getting ready to rock. You can use weights or go body weight, whatever you're able for yourself. Starting with a regular shoulder width stance squat.
2, 1.
Head and chest up. And nice deep reps. Breathing through. Keeping the back straight, core muscles tight.
2, 1.
Good stuff. Forward lunge toes next. Make sure you have plenty of space to straight out into.
3, 2, 1.
So if you have weights, you can hold them here at your sides, down at arm's length. up centrally, either 1 or 2, centrally in the middle, up at chest height, or if it's enough for you, you can just go body weight. Sumos, widen out that stance, toes pointed out. Breathe through them, guys. Get the action down to those legs. And reverse. This is the last one, and then we repeat all 4. So make sure you have plenty space behind to straight backwards into. And just keep alternating legs, powering up off the front foot. Very good. So we've all 4 done. We're back running to the start. Regular stance for the squat. Back straight. And breathe through the reps. Good stuff. We're into our final 60 seconds, so guys. Show you a little bit of a different angle now for the forward lunge. Straight forward and power up off the front foot. Good stuff. Sumos. Really widen out that stance. Toes pointed out. Oh, nearly lost my balance. Keep breathing through now, guys. Well done. And our last one so is going to be the reverse lunge. I'll try to show you slightly angled here. Just making sure you keep the head and chest up. Core muscles tight. Nice deep stride backwards. Don't allow the knee to touch down to the ground. Stop it just before it touches. And then power up off the front foot. Very good. Great job, guys. Well done. So shoulders and legs done. We're going to move on to some core work next. So we're going to start with a regular one that we've done loads of again, just a normal crunch. So down onto our mats. We're going to plant the feet. The glutes and feet stay on the floor. And we're just curling the shoulder blades up off the ground, getting a squeeze on the muscles in the midsection. Okay, so up and squeeze, exhaling as you come up. After that one, we're going to turn over into side crunch. So we plant our left hand down, we're going to keep our legs just slightly bent, and we're going to crunch down that side. Okay, so really feeling that in the obliques down here, okay? So try to bring the elbow down to the hip bone. You can brace off the floor with that left hand as you bring your right elbow to your right hip. Don't worry about moving the legs or doing anything with the legs today. Then we'll swap over sides. Do the exact same. Plant the right hand this time. And bring the left elbow to the left hip. Okay. And then our last one is going to be our flutter kicks or scissors kicks, whatever you want to call them. So we're going to extend the legs out, keep them just about 2 inches above the ground. Sorry, I'm a bit close to the coffee table there. So extend them right out, bring them back into the centre and crisscross over. back out nice and wide again, and then cross with the other one on top. So left foot goes on top, out nice and wide, right foot goes on top. Always though throughout this, try to keep your feet very, very close to the floor, obviously without touching the floor. Okay, so that's our 4 for the core. Regular crunch, side crunch left, side crunch right, and then the flutter kicks, which are going to predominantly hit the lower abs. So we're in upper, left, right, lower, all of the core. Okay, so ready for a regular crunch. Feet planted.
3, 2, 1.
As always guys with crunches, don't worry about high tempo. Focus on slow, controlled reps with good technique. Okay, normal crunch is done. We lie on our left hand side. Left arm braced against the floor.
2, 1.
Right elbow travels down towards the right hip. And you get a good squeeze on the obliques this time. Down the side of the rib cage. Squeezing every time. Exhaling every time.
3, 2, 1.
Good. Turn over onto the right hand side. Right arm braced against the floor.
2, 1.
Left elbow coming down to the left hip. Exhaling as you crunch. Get a nice squeeze each time.
3, 2, 1.
Good stuff. We're going to go with our flutter kicks.
3, 2,
Head and hands down. Feet stay very, very close to the floor. Out nice and wide. And then crisscross in the middle. Back out wide. Crisscross with the opposite foot on top. Again with these, keep them slow and controlled.
1.
That way you won't get many reps, but you won't start using momentum and just leaving the legs rush away by themselves.
1.
That's all 4 done, and we're back around to regular crunches. So we're into our final 2 minutes for today. Keep breathing through it now, guys.
3, 2, 1.
Good. Into the final 60 seconds. Crunches on the left.
3, 2,
Right elbow to right hip. You can really brace that left hand out, down into the floor. Pushing away the floor as you crunch up the other side.
3, 2, 1.
Good. Swap over sides. So right hand brace against the ground.
3, 2,
Left elbow to left hip. Good stuff. And over onto your back. Keep the head and hands down, and our flutter kicks to finish. Extend the legs out. Nice wide position, and then crisscross in the middle. Wide position, cross with the other leg. And just slow and controlled, guys, but keeping them up off the floor at all times. But also keeping them as close to the floor as you can.
2, 1.
And rest. Excellent stuff, guys. Great class again today, well done. Back to the normal tablet format there that we started with a few weeks ago. So our 3 tablet drills done. 1 for shoulders, 1 for the legs, 1 for the core. Hope you enjoyed it. So pop over to the YouTube channel. There's plenty of cool down stretching videos over there now after we've our our workout done. So yeah, feel free, pop across onto YouTube, get one of those stretching videos done and you're done for the day. So great job guys, wash the hands, stay safe, stay home, help the HSE, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks a million, take care.